how blockchain technology relates to economics in the context of Web3 gaming?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess the most common misconception is that blockchain tech allows the emergence of these economies to exist, but actually, it promotes the easier facilitation of the transfer of value between agents in these economies. So, I say that because these virtual economies have been existing even before blockchain games existed or blockchain tech existed. So basically, the emergence of this technology just makes it easier to transfer cryptocurrencies, to transfer values between people rather, and yeah, because of that digital ownership that tech allows us to have. So basically, there's already research done by Edward Castronova, Hiroshi Yamaguchi, and many other scholars in this space. And basically, markets are created because of opportunity cost. So opportunity cost is the cost of a particular activity given the value or benefit that's being given up when engaging in that activity relative to doing a different activity in itself. So to put things into perspective, basically you can't be at two places at once. Either you go to this concert or you stay at home and relax, right? You can't do both, especially if it's at the same time. So basically this is what makes the market a market in essentially and in these virtual economies. So if you think about it, like if your first activity is to play a game and your next activity is to work, basically that's the whole trade-off that you have, and that's the opportunity cost that you get. So for example, if you earn like $100 from an hour of work that you do, basic if you choose to play a game instead of doing your work, you're losing out on that $100 that you earn, right? So the rational person would be like, oh, I would rather go to work than play this game because I'm earning like $100 as opposed to earning nothing but maybe utility in that by playing that game. And this is like in the web 2 context of things. But like right now, of course, even through web 2 games, like there are people who made a living out of it. There are people who earn money out of it, and that's by like grinding these characters and selling it in the secondary markets or third party markets for for basically cash equivalents, right? But there's lots of risks there. So basically those who do that have, how should I say? Maybe they don't earn as much as $100 per hour spent. Basically, they earn more by playing these games and selling them off to other people than if they would like go to work instead. So maybe they have less earthly responsibilities, they earn less, probably they earn like $25 an hour, and these are just like really rough numbers. So basically, their opportunity cost from working is lower than that if they would rather play the game. So as rational beings, they would rather play the game. And blockchain tech basically makes that market the facilitation of the transfer of value between those two market agents, those who are able to grind and sell these characters to those who don't have the time to play and would rather work. Blockchain tech adds that easy facilitation of the transfer of value between those two agents. So basically, in Web 2 games, developers just quote unquote rent it out, like rent out the digital assets to the players. If you like read the fine print, essentially you don't own these assets. They're still owned by the Web 2 game. So technically you cannot sell them. And for games, like for most Web 2 games, especially MMORPGs, they actually frown upon the using third party websites to sell these accounts. And there's lots of risks involved with that as well. Like I read an article where this one kid sold the same account like 20 times. So there are like 20 different people who played that one account. And of course, that's of fraud in a way, right? And it's risky. So basically blockchain's digital ownership prevents that from happening and makes it easier to transfer the value between two market agents. And basically that's how it relates to the context of economies in web3 gaming as well.